bolt-action rifles are stepping back into the spotlight, and this year they aren't just returning, they're reinventing the standard. After spending time behind some of the most talked about models of the season, I realized something unexpected. These rifles aren't just upgrades or minor refreshes. They represent a new generation of precision tools designed for hunters, long-range shooters, and anyone who refuses to settle for good enough. What surprised me most wasn't just the engineering, the carbon-wrapped barrels, or the new bolt designs. It was how each rifle carried its own personality, its own purpose, and in some cases performance that pushed far beyond what their price tags suggest. A few rifles felt built for harsh backcountry hunts, others behaved like competition machines straight out of a pro shooter's playbook, and at least one made me genuinely rethink what a modern bolt gun should feel like. In this upcoming review, we're breaking down the 5 rifles that stood out the most, 5 rifles that I believe will shape the way shooters judge performance in 2025. Whether you're searching for lightweight handling, cold-forged durability, or long-range authority, this lineup has something that may change your mind about what's worth owning. Welcome to the project. I'm Scoper, 90 Degrees, and we're about to dive into 5 rifles that could easily redefine your expectations. The Savage 110 Professional Pursuit instantly felt like one of the easiest rifles to get comfortable with, and that surprised me more than I expected. The moment I shouldered it, the rifle settled naturally into place, almost as if it was built around the way a shooter moves in the field. The 20-inch Proof Research carbon-wrapped stainless barrel on the 6.5 PRC model plays a huge role here. It keeps the rifle lightweight without giving up stiffness, and during my sessions, it held accuracy consistently without any noticeable heat drift. Shooting prone on uneven ground, the Omniport muzzle brake controlled recoil extremely well for a PRC cartridge, letting me stay on target for impact instead of having to fight the rifle back into position. Factory ammo produced groups just under 1 MOA, which aligns with expectations for a rifle in this class. But the consistency shot after shot was what impressed me more. The radially fluted bolt and oversized bolt knob delivered a firm, mechanical feel. Not overly slick or artificial, but confident, intentional, and not overly slick or artificial and rewarding to run at pace. The AccuTrigger, sitting around 2.75 pounds, broke predictably. AccuTrigger, sitting around 2.75 pounds, broke predictably every time, giving longer shots a sense of control rather than uncertainty. What stood out even more was the Graybow Phoenix, the second stock. Rugged, adjustable, and comfortable in every shooting position. It includes MLOK and QD points placed exactly where they should be instead of where a designer thinks they look good. Between the recoil pad, the overall balance, and the lighter front end, it felt like a rifle meant for long days in tough terrain. At roughly $2,399, it isn't trying to compete with budget rifles, and it shouldn't. Every feature feels intentionally chosen for hunters who want real field-ready performance without giving up precision. In my opinion, the 110 Professional Pursuit is a trustworthy backcountry companion that still has enough refinement to ring steel confidently at distance. Coming off the Savage, I expected the Bergara BMR Carbon to feel like a lightweight rimfire, meant mainly for casual plinking, but that impression changed the moment I started shooting it. The .22 LR version I tested didn't behave like a typical rimfire at all. Instead, it handled more like a scaled-down precision centerfire rifle, which instantly set the tone for what this platform is trying to accomplish. The carbon-wrapped 20-inch barrel keeps weight low while maintaining excellent rigidity, and at both 50 and 100 yards, the match chamber proved its worth quickly. With quality match ammo, I was punching ragged hole groups that stayed centered without wandering, even during longer strings. What impressed me most was how planted the rifle felt despite weighing under 6 pounds. The adjustable X-stock gives the shooter a vertical grip with a natural wrist angle, a comfortable cheek piece, and a flat forend that eliminates wobble on bags or benches. That combination made the rifle feel far more stable than its weight suggests. The Bergara performance trigger broke cleanly every time, and being able to tune it externally was a nice touch. And honestly, even though the rifle doesn't follow the REM 700 footprint, the stock trigger was crisp enough that I wouldn't replace it. For around $850, the BMRX Carbon hits an ideal middle ground for serious rimfire shooters who want match-grade precision without spending custom rifle money. Objectively, it is lightweight, accurate, and consistent. Subjectively, it feels like a rimfire that's trying to train you the same way a precision centerfire would. And personally, I think that's exactly why this rifle stands out. It delivers real performance without overcomplicating anything, making it one of the most surprising rifles in this entire lineup. Stepping into the Christensen Arms Evoke, I expected a noticeable drop in refinement, since it sits well below the usual Christensen price bracket and doesn't come with their signature carbon fiber barrel. But that assumption changed almost immediately. From the first few bolt cycles, it became clear that this rifle wasn't built to be cheap Christensen. Instead, it feels like a streamlined, purpose-built tool that carries far more capability than its price suggests. The radially fluted bolt. The radially fluted bolt runs smoothly, with an oversized octagonal bolt knob that gives each stroke a confident and deliberate feel. It is fast without being sloppy, and the Sako-style extractor paired with a plunger ejector handled every round with zero hesitation. Taking the 6.5 Creedmoor version out with its 20-inch hand-lapped 416R stainless barrel and the included RFR muzzle brake, recoil softened more than expected, making it easy to stay on target in prone or kneeling positions. At 7.7 pounds, the rifle strikes a balance between stability and carry weight, and the brake does an excellent job of keeping muzzle movement under control. The Palmer stock surprised me most. It feels solid, even rugged, with textured grip panels, a hybrid grip angle that keeps the wrist comfortable, and a short Picatinny rail up front for bipods or tripod adapters. Transitioning between prone, kneeling, and tripod-supported shots felt natural. The TriggerTech trigger delivers 4 kneeling and tripod-supported shots felt natural. The TriggerTech trigger delivers precisely what the brand is known for, a crisp break with no creep and no surprises. And that single component alone elevates the Evoke beyond what most rifles in this price range can offer. At around $900, the Christensen Arms Evoke is positioned as an accessible entry into the brand, but it never behaves like a budget rifle. Objectively, it is reliable, accurate, and well-balanced. Subjectively, it feels like a rifle built by shooters who understand what details matter in the field. From my perspective, it's one of the most unexpectedly capable rifles in this entire group, offering a level of refinement that shouldn't be possible at this price. The Caracal CSR 338. Precision is the rifle that instantly resets your expectations the moment you send the first round downrange. There's no pretending with the .338 Lapua Magnum. Either the rifle is engineered to control the power, or it becomes a punishment device. Fortunately, the CSR lands on the right side of that equation. The 27-inch cold hammer-forged barrel and the 3-port brake work together in a way that surprised me. You still feel the authority of the cartridge, but the rifle remains far more manageable than most .338 platforms I've shot. I was able to stay on the scope after each shot, which is not something I say lightly when dealing with this caliber. The 3-lug bolt with its 60-degree throw has a tight, confident mechanical feel, delivering the kind of smoothness that comes from rigid construction rather than artificial polishing. Its 7,756 aluminum chassis, paired with a 4,340 steel receiver, gives the rifle a stable, vibration-resistant foundation that clearly pays off at long range. The folding, fully adjustable stock, and the integrated monopod made prone shooting simple and repeatable, especially when stretching the rifle beyond 1,000 yards. At nearly 14 pounds, it's not a lightweight tool by any means, but in this caliber, that weight works in your favor. Feeding from the 10-round magazine was clean and reliable, and the 2-stage trigger broke in a way that supported precision rather than fighting it. Objectively, this rifle has the build quality and stability you expect from a serious long-range platform. Subjectively, it feels like a rifle designed for shooters who demand control without giving up power. From my personal perspective, the CSR 338 surprised me with how refined and predictable it felt, at distances where small mistakes become expensive. And at its premium price point, it justifies itself for shooters who want military-level performance in a civilian precision package. The Tikka T1x Ace target immediately felt different the moment I picked it up. Instead of behaving like a lightweight rimfire or a casual trainer, it carried the weight, balance, and confidence of a competition-ready centerfire rifle. Just scaled into a .22 LR format. Shooting the 20-inch cold hammer-forged barrel, I found the accuracy to be exactly what I expected from Tikka. And, in some cases, even better. At 50 yards, the rifle stacked dime-sized groups, and at 100 yards, it maintained clean, consistent clusters that repeated shot after shot. The 1 in 6.5 twist rate stabilized high-quality SK and ELA ammo extremely well, even when running a SK and ELA ammo extremely well, even when running a Burai and ELA ammo extremely well, even when running a suppressor. The adjustable, skeletonized stock was one of the biggest highlights. Within seconds, I was able to fine-tune cheek height, length of pull, and recoil pad position, until the rifle felt like it had been fitted specifically for me. Once everything was set, the rifle locked me into position in a way that made longer strings of fire feel effortless. The 45-degree bolt throw made fast cycling natural, and the single-stage trigger, set just above 2 pounds, broke cleanly with no creep. The integrated 20 MOA rail added the elevation needed for long-range rimfire work, and the rifle's roughly 8-pound weight provided the stability needed for precision drills without feeling burdensome. Objectively, the T1x Ace target is built like a competition instrument. Subjectively, it feels like a rimfire designed for shooters who take precision seriously. Personally, I think this is the kind of rifle that elevates a shooter's skill because it behaves exactly the way you expect a high-end precision platform to behave. At around $1,500, it delivers performance well above its price range, making it one of the standout rifles in this entire 5-gun lineup.